We have a significant meth issue in this city that we have to address. You see it all the time in our morning meetings. It's interesting because, the federal government probably has led some of this and focusing us on fentanyl, which is serious, and certainly that's not something I want to say isn't important. But when you look at fentanyl, it's more against the individual and the person and has impact on family, and hugely important. And it says right up front that policing alone can't solve this. Then there's marijuana on the other side of the spectrum in relation to what that's going to drive and how that's a priority. And you're seeing things like impaired driving and stuff that has an impact. But the other impacts, of course, it isn't fully integrated, hasn't been seen yet. But the meth, which is right in the middle, there is no strategy, and it's the one that you're seeing it in car chases, you're seeing it in some of the firearms offenses. People are staying awake for days, and they're creating havoc and chaos in our community. And similar to fentanyl, we have to find a better partnership strategy in dealing with that. It's come back, it's cheap, and it's very addictive, as you know. And it's something that is different. You take or safe injection sites, for instance, which are set up for opioids, and then meth being a stimulant. Those are two different things. They're not mixed. And unfortunately, because we don't have anything to deal with the stimulant, we tend to mix them, and they're very different. Because if you take meth, a lot of people will stay awake for days, right? It's on an upswing, I'd say, both because it's cheap, because there's easy access, and again, it's back to more of a disproportionate group of our vulnerable that are using. On fentanyl, sometimes it's not just the vulnerable. The early study of the StatsCan, a lot of those were construction jobs that folks got addicted to the drug through their own use for their own pain, got addicted to it. That's not the case with meth.